We're good? Can we be seen in the camera? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to 27th Fire, and Anthony here and Angela. We're checking things out. Anyway, today our review is, we had a storm coming in this way, and here where we're at in Missouri, all the stores get inundated. I mean, big long lines, everybody getting stocked up in case they're stuck in their house for 2 or 3 days, because it's not so much how bad the storm is, it's just we're in a lot of curvy country roads, slide downhill, and not a lot of people really know how to drive in some of this country. So it's just wisdom most of the time. Stores close and they stay off the road. And so my wife works at one of the local stores. And so anyway, I went to Walmart and I picked up this, basically they said it's a safety kit, Goodyear safety kit. And a lot of this stuff, it's kind of a good idea, I think. Where I grew up, I mean, we never shut down for anything. We didn't always measure the snow in inches. Sometimes it was flat out in feet. This is at Walmart. This is about 30 bucks. Anything to say so far?
The kit looks nice from the outside.
There you go. Comes in a nice little little bag. I'm sure the kids will probably dump it out and put some toys in it if they get a chance. Who knows? And there is a little bit of a
Zip tie.
zip tie. A lot of times I always recommend the old timers, a lot of young people don't, but carry a little pocket knife, and it will surprise you how often a pocket knife will come in handy. And matter of fact, I got one for my wife. She carries it most of the time, and it does come in handy, right?
Yeah, I think it was his dad's.
Yeah, one of my dad's knives. My dad loved knives. I've got a box of knives. I'd like to say they're all special, and they are. So anyway, we'll open this thing up and let's see what we got. I haven't looked at it, so I mean, I've seen the pictures. It actually comes with a little pair of gloves. Kind of got a rubber.
They feel pretty thick.
They're
big.
Big, yeah. That definitely say that was for a man. It does have a flashlight, and inside it does come with batteries, and that I would recommend. I would actually, in a lot of situations, if you're doing some stuff, a flashlight's nice, but a lamp or something that you can pull apart and kind of spread the light out, I think comes in handy. So it is a little flashlight, kind of LED, and it has 3 batteries. But hopefully the drawback to this is if you're gonna put the batteries in this flashlight right when you need them, if your hands are really cold, this is gonna be a pain in the butt. This is something you kind of want to have done, but on the other hand, you want to trade these batteries out so they don't corrode the flashlight.
Yeah, maybe we put a few extras in there.
So, rubber gloves, a little too big for your hands.
Yeah, I mean, but I would appreciate them still if I were out in the cold.
Out in the cold,
Yeah.
it's better than nothing is what you're saying.
Yeah, even if they're big.
Okay, let's see here. It does come, and this is very important. A lot of times in the winter, a lot of people, the cars won't start. If your battery is getting weak, I'm no expert, by the way, no mechanic, nothing, it's just more from experience. But if your battery is getting old, nothing's going to bring out that old, like cold weather. If your battery is having a hard time starting in cold weather, you're better off if there's a lot of winter left, get a new battery if you can afford it. And a lot of times if you go down to O'Reilly's or some of these other car places, they will test that battery for you for free. But personally, in my experience, I like an interstate battery. The cables look okay. They don't look like they're very long. Matter of fact, it's not very long at all, but better than nothing.
Maybe what? 6 feet?
6 feet, 8 feet?
I'd say 6.
6.
Yeah.
So that means you'll have to get close, but at least you got them. I mean, you got something to work with. But a lot of times too, if you're in snow or bad weather, you want to make sure you can get close enough to the car, so sometimes longer. Here's some roadside assistance for Goodyear, some numbers you can call. My personal thought is for about $120, $150, depending on where you're at, you can get yourself a AAA membership, or depending on your insurance, check with your insurance. Like I'm with one insurance company, basically all it is they get $100 off a tow. And but if you have a AAA card, and if you go with Platinum, a higher AAA card, there's a peace of mind of having a card, even though you don't use it much. You get 3 tows. If you're on Platinum, I think it's like 120 miles. But if you're on a vacation or a tight budget and you were trying to travel, I don't know, you just can't go wrong with AAA. If you're going to invest in something, get you a AAA card. It's well worth it. And also for your moms and dads, you got teen drivers out there. They'll put in, I think, basically that's like 15 gallons of gas. They'll put in like gas in the car if they run out, especially if you got a teenage daughter who likes to run out of gas. And so a good investment overall, or if you're in this situation. So anyway, we got, I'll let you open that. What is that? Oh.
I think it's a blanket. Yeah, it's it feels kind of like felt.
Little emergency
Kind of like
blanket?
a soft felt, but it's a blanket. Or you could use it to like get on the ground. If you didn't want to lay on the cold ground, this could be a ground cover. Or if you're wearing nice clothes and you don't want to lay on the ground, so it could be a blanket slash ground cover.
These you wouldn't want it in the kit. I mean, here you got a nice little ice scraper. I personally prefer the ice scrapers that are like have a long handle. Mm-hmm. That way you can pull the snow off the car like 3 or 4 feet, maybe even a squeegee on one end. Because if you're driving down the road in snow and you're hitting the wind or the front, it will blow up and over into the windshield. It makes the windshield wipers work twice as hard. Then if they start to freeze up, it can be an issue. So, but at least you have it. This kit comes with it. I don't think it's okay quality, but trying to dust off your handles, or a lot of times you want to clean around your windshield wipers, and sometimes if there's a crust there, but the best thing to do before you go into winter is replace your windshield wipers. You want some good windshield wipers, and also you want some good wiper fluid in there, something that's going to thaw out the ice. Wow. So also,
Not completely together, but
it comes with a little shovel, and this is actually pretty cool. Now, in very, very cold weather, I have no idea the durability, but if you treat this nice, it's got a handle here. It keeps you off of
it's like a thick dustpan.
Yeah, but at least it's something. I mean, if you had to shovel under your tires because you're in the parking lot and it's stuck, this would probably do the trick, and it's actually a nice little shovel. So overall, it's about a $30 investment on this kit. And
look at this.
There you
could
go.
Lengthen it. I mean, it doesn't really go that way, but
you could.
yeah,
It would work.
You could use it as an extension.
Not quite.
But the scraper works.
Yeah, that would
As an
work.
extension.
What I would recommend, one of the things around here, especially if you drive a pickup or actually any car, especially if it's rear wheel drive, is you go to the local hardware stores. You can get like a 65, it's a long bag of sand. You can get a long bag of sand, and if you put that in your trunk over your back tires, or maybe you got a minivan and you get that weight on there, just drop it in the bag. Well, it's taking up space. Yeah, it is. But the one thing about those sandbags that helps to get the rear axle on the ground, it gives a little extra weight. I think the one time, I don't know about it anymore, but the state troopers used to recommend about 200 pounds, which would actually be about 4 bags.
Be an adult body.
in an adult body or some kids, yeah. But if you have a pickup and it has an empty bed, you see in that truck there's nothing pushing down to give you traction, and that's the main thing. I've actually been in places where I've seen guys load, and I did it myself, load up the back of the truck with snow and to get traction. Well, I got 4-wheel drive. You got 4 opportunities to get stuck is what it is. Can it be awesome? Oh, yes. But it can also get you in trouble when you think you're bulletproof. I've seen guys way out in the woods with a 4-wheel drive that slid off the road and got stuck because they thought, it's 4-wheel drive. And the wisdom is when you're driving on icy or slick roads is to slow down. I know around here in Missouri you can't always slow down because sometimes, like, you're going down to one hill. It is uphill both ways, by the way, here in Missouri. So you're going down one hill, and you got to have some speed to get up that other hill, and it can be a challenge. So, and one thing about having a sandbag in the car is, depending on the situation, you crack that bag open, and you can actually spread it on top of the ice or the snow, or use your shovel, throw it under your tires, and it will help get you, give you some traction to maybe get out of a bad spot.
Or kitty litter.
Or kitty litter. Mm-hmm. Or just throw the cat. Never mind. Just the kitty litter. So, in any of your experiences, you got anything to...
Make sure you check your car with enough time to charge it before you have to leave, because you may have to jump your battery. As he said before, in the cold, sometimes the batteries don't hold up too well, so make sure you have enough time to start your car, let it run, make sure your battery's good, clean the windows before you're going to go anywhere.
And in bad weather, leave with plenty of time. Don't be in a hurry. You might make one mistake, and that might have more of a price than you're wanting to pay and raise your insurance. But
I would add hand warmers to this.
Pack of hand warmers.
Yeah.
Also, depending on short or long trips, I'd add more. But if you're going on a short trip, I would recommend some blankets or maybe some candles, because according to the experts, they said if you have a candle in there, it will keep the car from freezing. In other words, if it's broke down, it ain't gonna warm you up a lot, but it'll warm you up more than nothing. And some blankets. I'd have blankets, definitely some water, and a thing people don't always think about. If you're at like Dollar Tree, you can pick up a little bucket for about $1.25 and put some of the stuff in this. Because especially if you're in a situation where you're stuck on the side of the road and you got kids and you're waiting for someone to show up, nobody wants to open that door and let all that heat out. So if you got yourself a little bucket, maybe some toilet paper, some wet wipes, especially for the girls, somebody can go potty. Especially if you have small kids. If you can get a bucket or a cup or something and pee in the car. Don't pee in the car, but pee in the bucket that's in the car. And that would be a good idea, so you're not opening. Because the moment you open the car door, maybe to step out to go pee, you're going to be losing body heat. And whatever you built up in the car is going to freeze. But also, one of the things is, with those gloves and this, let's say you're in a bad storm and depending on the traffic, the main thing to keep in mind too is you don't want cars sliding into you. So, I would recommend some road flares, or a lot of times these days, you can go on Amazon and you can get these battery operated flashing lights. Mm-hmm. But I would put something to let people, they're magnetic. They'll stick to your car on Amazon, and you want to let someone know you're in the snow. Mm-hmm. You want to let someone know you're there. Even if it means getting out. Now, it can be if you got to reach out the window, or if you have no power, maybe the old school actually do this, but you want to be able to see out the windows as much as possible, unless it's just really coming down hard. And you want someone to know you're in the car. So there's no emergency flashers here. There's no road flares here. There's no, also I'd keep in some water. I'd keep some snacks. you need like a 72-hour emergency kit
In your car.
in your car. And we did videos on that. Especially if you have kids, you're going to need snacks. You're going to need feel-good food, and maybe something.
Just some protein bars or something.
Something, yes. If you're stuck there, try to make it comfortable. And you might not always have this wonderful cup of coffee. I can do all things through Him who gives me strength, and that's what Jesus does, gives us strength. So, if you're out and about this winter, think your gear through, think your emergency through, think your winter clothes through. Dress in layers, be safe. Don't put yourself in a bad situation you can't get out of. If you are traveling and you're going to a certain destination, make sure when you leave, you let the people know you're leaving and give them an estimation on your arrival. I mean, kids have to go to the bathroom if you have kids, food, storms. I mean, I've sat on this in the middle of the highway for over 4 hours waiting for them to clear out semi crashes when we've traveled on some of these highways like I-40 or these other places. Cars that went off the road. Anything else you think we're missing?
No. I don't think so.
Well,
Except for maybe one of those little battery packs that will charge your phone.
power
Those are kind of
pack.
nice to have. Little
Yeah.
power pack to charge your phone. You don't want to be stranded on the side of the road and you can't make a phone call. So.
Yeah, especially if you're bored, you're going to be on your phone. So you need something that's going to give you, a lot of extra time. And you don't really want to be taking the power from your car if you can help it.
And if you can't start your car because the battery's dead, it's cold, you can't charge it either. So
Overall, this is far better than nothing. So $29 would be a good investment, even though I think you can build more quality stuff. But I do like the shovel, and on many occasions, these do come in handy. If you have a lot of snow, by the way, this is not going to really get it off. This is more like for dusting. But if you have this and this extended handle here, you can use this to scrape your windows and it's not going to scratch them. Metal will scratch your windows. I mean, on your car, it'll be messed up. And you really don't want to mess up your paint job. So you can actually glide this or put this backwards, and you'll probably be okay. I don't think you want to slam and push it, but it's going to be a lot easier to scoop this off, not to mention the top of the car. And if it's really iced up, you're going to want to like chop this into squares, to get it out of the way. Anyway, thank you very much. Get ready for winter. This is Anthony.
Angela.
Have a wonderful day.